Katharina Heyer, thank you so much for taking your time. You are the head of a foundation based down in Tarifa, Spain. It's called FIRMM. What's the story? What's the backstory behind FIRMM, and what is the actual work you do on a daily basis?
When I was about 55 years ago, I had the information of a man who is working only spiritually. And he told me that in the Strait of Gibraltar, there were orcas and dolphins. And I must say, at the time, I didn't really believe him, but I had been learning a lot from this man. And this is why I then went down to Tarifa. Tarifa is the most southern point or town in the south of Spain. And there is the Strait of Gibraltar. I went there and I found a little village that was only a fisherman's place, and there was only one dive boat that was diving actually along the shore. We were then able to rent it, and we went out, and I must say we found right away bottlenose dolphins, and we found also pilot whales. But I also saw the big containers, freighters. There were a lot of container boats or ferry boats, freighters, cargo boats, and really massive traffic. And I was actually frightened for these whales and dolphins. And I somehow sensed that I should be doing something to protect the whales and dolphins there. I went then back after this encounter in the Strait, and back to Zurich, and then I went to Monaco to a marine biologist meeting, and there I met two students from the University of Basel, where I then met Professor David Zen, and he is one that has always been doing something for whales and dolphins. He's also been very strong in phytoplankton research. So when I told him that I would like to make to create a foundation, he was immediately he liked it immediately and joined it as a member on the board and responsible for the research, because I had no idea about research. And then we made the foundation with the name Foundation for Information and Research on Marine Mammals. So we had foundation in our name and information. And I must say, for me at the time, information was just as important as the research, because I also had been given the information that Spain was the worst country in regard of dolphinariums. At that time, they had like 6 dolphinariums, and they were just about to build 3 new ones. And that was really shocking. That was shocking. And I really said to myself, we have to do something to sensitize people. And we went also to schools in the first few years, and we have been seeing more than 40,000 children just in a couple of years. And that was really a very good thing, which I personally really liked very much. When we started then to go out with the boat in Tarifa for whale watching tours, we always did information and, of course, sensitizing people before in front of the trip. They always came about an hour earlier, and they still come about an hour earlier, all the tourists, and then we give them information talks, always in the language that they understand. So it's about 3 to 4 languages each time we do these talks.
So that means you're very broad, and so you can attract and make a lot of different nationalities aware of why we should save those mammals, or protect, maybe not save yet, but at least protect those mammals, and why it is important to do that work. And I think it's a great thing to actually, because I know a lot of people, they know dolphins and whales, they exist, but I don't think a whole lot of people know that they're endangered, or that the increase in heavy like freighter traffic and stuff, especially down in the south of Spain, is actually endangering those mammals. So you said you were doing whale watching and dolphin watching tours. besides that, the research, are you doing that at the same time, or are you having like individual just purposely research tours where you just have researchers on a boat, or is it everything combined in those whale watching tours?
No, it is actually combined because we could not afford to just do tours for research. But we have on our boat, it's always the marine biologist or myself on the boat. We are the ones finding the animals because only we have actually the experience to where they are, more or less. And then we also take the research data on every trip, while we explain to the people on the boat where we have the animals, what animals we just see now here on the right side or on the left side. We do at the same time, we write down all the data from where, what time, where exactly with the GPS, what are they doing, in what kind of families they are, how many they are in the per group, and what they're doing, socializing, or are they being shy. All this, we take the data, and then during the summertime, we are very busy with collecting the data, and only in wintertime, the biologist can then really work with all those data and find out the things we usually want to find out.
So it's kind of like a two-part job, just collecting data during the summer and then actually getting results and impressions out of the data during the winter time. Okay. So how, I know everybody who's watching this right now has been affected by the pandemic going on. I don't think any country has been saved or spared from this pandemic. How, especially you and your foundation, how did you guys experience the last couple months during this?
Well, of course, the lockdown happened middle of March, and that's when we were still closed. We were just about to open on 1st of April. So we have not been working April, May, June. So we really lose 3 months now of this season. And when we start, we will have lots of new conditions. Of course, all the medical things that we have to prove now that we are able to do. Then we will have only a few tourists on the boat compared to when we have the normal people on the boat. Then it can be about 90 per boat, and maybe now we don't really know what, not yet, because it has been changing basically every week. But I'll be happy if we can take 30. So you can imagine financially it will be a horrible year. And I just hope that the loss will not increase, that we can maintain the loss that we have already. We will see. I still hope that maybe during the season it will get a bit better, but we will see. I really don't know.
Yeah, I don't think anyone really knows what's going to happen. I think everybody's kind of guessing at the moment. Maybe for all the people watching or viewing, you wrote a book about your backstory, how the foundation got created, and what the actual work is that you guys do. You wrote that book in English and German, so it's gonna be available to a lot more people. Would you care to elaborate a little bit on the book?
Yes, the book came out in German. In Herzenssache is the name, and in English it is Whales Calling. In English it is also only per ebook. In German it is also printed. Michelle Sauvin, she is the writer, and actually she had the regie. No, what is regie? The regie, yeah. She was shooting this a documentary, and it was called Reporter, the Walfrau in the Strait of Gibraltar, and she did this for the Swiss television. And after that film, she said, well, in a 30-minute film, I cannot really show your life. But it would be worth to write a book about you. Then I did not really just have the time, and it got till 2016 when we started the book. Of course, one winter we were really both busy. I was telling her, she was writing, and I must say, I can say it is written in a very interesting way. She wrote it, but it's definitely my story, and it's most about when I got to Tarifa from that time. Of course, sometimes blending back in my former life. I was a fashion designer, which is a bit special, that I then started to do as to become resident in Tarifa. So this book is a very nice thing for us, and I really hope that a lot of people also in English can read it. Only last year we brought it out in English.
Okay, perfect. So for everybody's watching, if you're interested in more of the history or in what the work is and why we should protect the mammals down in Tarifa, please, I'm gonna put the link to the book, to the English and German version down below in the description. Go there, check it out. Maybe you can learn something that you didn't know before, and I think it's a great thing to check it out. Coming to the whole reason why we did this interview, you are working together with the GP Challenge 2020. How did that collaboration with the two main people who are going to be on the boat, how did that collaboration get created?
We always have, in February 2019, we had our FIRMM meeting, and there is about 300 people each time. And there, Lars and Rüdiger came, and they told me for the first time what they were planning. Then during the year, last year, they wrote that they have found down as sponsors, and they will do it. They will start in August now, this year. And then when I heard that it's really going to be reality this year, we brought them on the stage this year on this meeting, and we had an interview with them. We were seeing their film, their trailer, and I must say it's going to be really, really a challenge, and we're looking very much forward to that happening.
Yeah, so like maybe for the people watching that don't know a whole lot about the GP challenge, there's like two main goals with this challenge. The first one for sure is pushing your own boundaries and show people that a lot more is possible to do. But the second thing is also to protect and save the mammals and environment. And I think this is a great opportunity for your foundation as well to put your input into the movie and like kind of get your voice out and make people aware of why we should save those mammals and what is important or what the next steps should be for everybody basically to kind of save and protect those mammals. For you personally, what for you would be the most interesting thing about this challenge?
Well, I must say I have really a great respect for Lars and for Rüdiger, because what they are going to do is really something special. I mean, 30 days to be on that sailing boat and going all along the coast. And I know, even if it's the Mediterranean, but I know we can have very strong wind. It's going to be quite risky. But I really know these two men, they are really especially strong, and they have a great courage. And I must say, I'm really, I have a great respect for these two men. And of course, it is very nice to be part when they start, because they start in Tarifa with the whales and dolphins. I hope to show them before, of course, and hopefully they can also shoot some nice photos with their sailing boat with some whales or dolphins. And there, of course, we try to help whatever we can.
I'm sure there's going to be a lot of nice pictures, especially in the movie in the first couple minutes when they start. This would also give you is going to give you a bigger platform to make people aware, because you told me before you were going to join them at their company events when they're going to show the movie. You're going to be there, maybe just with a flyer or a banner, but FIRMM is going to be present at those events to make people also aware of what the foundation is and what their purpose is.
Of course, for the promotion of FIRMM, this is going to be great, that we will then like this meet like a totally new audience who will learn that we have so many whales and dolphins in the strait, because still today a lot of people just don't know that close to Europe, actually in front of Europe, we have even in summertime orcas, which people really hardly sometimes can believe, but it is so. And we can in 2 hours tour we can really show people whales and sometimes both dolphins as well. So this is something with, of course, we will profit a lot with being part of this challenge with Lars and Rüdiger.
Perfect. All right, Katharina Heyer, thank you so much for taking your time. I wish you all the best for your restart a little bit later than usual, but still, I wish you all the best. I hope everything works out, and I honestly cannot wait to see all the pictures and videos that the two of them are going to get with your mammals and your foundation. Thank you so much. You have a good day. Thank you.
Thank you so much to be part of this, because we of course wish the two of them very well for the whole trip.
Perfect. Thank you so much. All right, guys, there you have it. Thank you so much for watching. It's a great foundation. They're doing a really important work. I hope you guys liked it. Go check it out. I'm going to put everything down in the description, their website, their social media, and their book. Go check it out. I hope you really enjoyed this, and please follow us on our social media, Instagram, Facebook, our homepage, our YouTube channel. Subscribe, like. We really are doing something special here. We cannot wait to show you guys everything that's going on, and we cannot wait to show you guys the movie that's coming out next year. Take care and see you guys soon.